All right, welcome. This week's scope words I'm calling 4 awful adjectives plus one just busy word. And these words are so awful that I couldn't involve any children in the making of this video, and that's why it's just a PowerPoint with my voiceover. So sit up straight, pay attention, take notes if you want to. Here we go. All right, and so our first scope word is bustling. So everybody say bustling. And it's a tough one to break down. Some people pronounce it as 2 syllables, bustling. Other people pronounce it more as 3, bustling. It really doesn't matter how you say it. What you need to know is that the word is a very busy word. It means that a place is busy, filled with activity. So we know adjectives describe people, places, things, or ideas. This word definitely describes a place, but the fact that a lot of people are in it. And so the stores are bustling at Christmas time. The city streets were bustling, or it's always bustling near the porta potties at a big sporting event or something like that. The streets were bustling when the concert got over, and so it's just a word that we use to describe to show how busy and full of activity and full of people. So it's not a bad thing. This is the one word today that's not actually bad. All right, this next scope word is the mother of all evil words. It is about the most evil word I can think of, and it is malevolent. Everybody say malevolent. It's malevolent. All right, and its definition is wishing evil or harm to others. So this would describe a person who enjoys harming others, and this would be coming from an intense spite or hatred inside. So not a good thing. The Joker's malevolent smile divulged to the young boy that he wasn't a nice clown, but really an antagonist. And so malevolent can describe a person, it can describe a look in their eyes, it could describe, like this sentence, a malevolent smile. There's that Joker. Here's a picture from Family Guy. Obviously this person wants to harm others, so person pushing the button would be malevolent. And when you think of the Gollum character in Lord of the Rings, definitely malevolent, coming from that deep hatred or spite inside. So try to think happy thoughts, people. All right, our next word isn't quite as bad, but it still is not a pleasant word. It is ominous. So everybody say ominous. It's ominous, and it means that there's something that may threaten or harm you. So it's not like it's definitely going to hurt you, and it doesn't maybe want to hurt you, but it could. And that's why this word is really good to describe nature. You'll hear of an ominous storm coming or ominous clouds in the sky, and so it works really well for that thing that it doesn't want to hurt you, but it might. And then it could be used for people too, or a place. If you're in a place that just kind of gives you the creeps, you could call it an ominous place. And so it comes from the word omen, which is an old word that means a warning of evil. And so it's just a warning. It's not the evil itself, like malevolent. It's just a warning of the evil. So when the Hawaiian people saw the giant ominous wave approaching, they took cover. So imagine you are a Hawaiian person, you see this gigantic dark wave coming, it's ominous. This picture is actually a dark storm front cloud coming, looking very ominous. One of those places that would just give you the creeps. And of course, Slender Man, very ominous. All right, and our next word is negative too, but it's more in a sad way. The word is squalid. So everybody say squalid. It's squalid. Squalid. And it describes a place. It means filthy, run down, just repulsive. A place that has been trashed and not taken care of. You would never use this word to describe a person, and this isn't just me being nice. It wouldn't make sense to use this word for a person. It describes a place. Many of us would be surprised and saddened to see the squalid living conditions in other countries. This is a picture of, one form of animal abuse is squalid living conditions, and if your animals live in a place like that, that is considered abuse for such squalid cages. And then this is just a very squalid house. It's just trashed. So you can see that squalid is kind of a sad word, but means filthy, run down, repulsive. All right, and our last word is blatant. And this word is a lot like flagrant, and it's going to be tough to see the difference, but I'm going to try to help you find the difference. So everybody say blatant. It's blatant. Blatant, and it even kind of sounds like flagrant. They both end the same, but it means very obvious, offensively noticeable. Pretty much the same definition as flagrant, but here's the difference. Something that is flagrant was, whoa, that's bad. It's breaking a rule. It's breaking a law. We all noticed that was bad. And so the focus of flagrant was on how bad it was, where blatant, the focus is on how obvious it was. And so something that is blatant is loud and clear. It's the opposite of subtle. It's out there for everyone to see, not trying to hide anything. So Tony D's blatant disrespect toward the teacher made the class speechless. For pictures, my first example is kind of sarcastic, but it's Coke saying, blatant Coca-Cola impersonation for Coke Zero. They're just not trying to hide it. They're trying to be like us, which is sarcastic because we know that Coke makes them both. A lot of politicians will say that was a blatant lie or it's blatantly false, meaning it's so obvious. And we can use all the sports analogies too for, there was a subtle foul or there was a blatant foul. So that's blatant. All right, just a real quick review before you go. Make sure you understood what all these words mean. Which word on the screen would describe a place that kind of gives you a creepy feeling, kind of makes you feel like you should leave because it's dark and scary? That would be ominous. That would be an ominous place. And which word would describe a place that is busy and filled with people shopping or busy, filled with people doing anything really? That would be bustling, our one positive or neutral word. Which word would describe a place that is just not taken care of? It's dirty, it's run down. That would be squalid. Which word would describe a person who just has hatred in their heart and enjoys seeing others in pain? That would be malevolent. And which word means that something is very obvious and it was offensive? That would be blatant, is something that is very obvious, in your face, loud, and offended you. So, all right. Thanks, guys. Don't forget to answer the question that's coming up next.